Alrighty, this is take 2. Hello everyone, my name is Brad Clark and welcome back. For the first time on this channel, I'm going to be doing a movie review, and yes, we are going to be discussing about the Minecraft movie. And with this movie, I have a lot to discuss about it. Now in this review, I won't go into spoilers or specifics. This is the second take of this review, as the one beforehand I wasn't really too satisfied with, as I went on a tangent discussing about the plot and wasn't really direct about my feelings regarding the film. When I'm critiquing this film, I'm going to be as objective as possible, but also not be too harsh, as I do believe the people who worked on this film put in their all into this film and making it happen. But there are some things I personally disagree with, but let's get started. So there will be spoilers in this film. If you haven't seen it, turn off this video, go watch the movie, and please come back for the review. So first off, this movie was directed by Jared Hess. He is the director of Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite. And I feel like the directing in this film was pretty interesting. It definitely plays itself as a comedy and doesn't take itself too seriously. Much in the same line as Jared Hess's films, I would say, regarding the direction of not taking itself seriously but having jokes in it. Well, unlike Nacho Libre or Napoleon Dynamite, I felt like there was a little bit more jokes in this movie, and I think that's because the movie is more gearing towards a younger demographic, which has been the general appeal to Minecraft, especially on YouTube. And I did notice some of the writing and stuff, some of the jokes and stuff did feel like they were meant more for the adult audience, which reflected back on my own childhood when I used to watch Minecraft videos. There would be some adult humor in it I wouldn't get. And to me, the writing was pretty fast-paced, I would say. It gets to one place to another without any room to breathe in between, which is a weakness for this film. But again, given the fact that this movie is geared towards children, it makes more sense that you had to get their attention span much more than you would like a longer movie, like say Oppenheimer, for example, where it allows you to sit and breathe and to take in all the information all at once. This movie is much more of a fast-paced, let's get to it, A to B, as fast as we can. Ever since this game became popular back in around 2011 to 2014, I want to say, people have been wanting a Minecraft movie, and there have been rumors and speculation for years on end. And there was some Minecraft-related movie media, if we count the Minecraft story mode, which personally, I really like that one a lot. But rumors all around, some saying Steve Carell was going to be in the film. After so many years, the movie finally dropped this year after releasing a trailer, which garnered a large negative response at the time. But it seemed as if the general public kind of went with the tone of the general movie. So the acting in this movie, I felt like it was, pretty decent, I would say. It's definitely a kid's movie, so very hyperactive, kind of slapstick, dumb humor, The plot of this movie was fine, I guess. I think the plot of the movie was pretty much exactly what I was expected, where the real people entered the Minecraft world, but the twist is, in this one, a real person entered into the Minecraft world, but closed the gate, so no one else would enter in, because the main antagonist, Malgosia, wanted to invade the real world to rid it of creativity and to plunder it for gold. And we get that as the motivation for Malgosia. I feel like Malgosia's casting was pretty interesting. I haven't played Minecraft Dungeons, so a lot of my knowledge is from Minecraft itself and not Minecraft Dungeons, but also I'm much more familiar with Minecraft Story Mode. I haven't played Season 2. I never got around to it for some reason, but that's neither here nor there anywhere. It had 2 cameos I recognize in terms of Minecraft YouTubers, that being the Diamond Minecart and Technoblade. And I feel like with those 2 cameos, especially with the Technoblade cameo, it was done very well, very classy. And keep in mind, I don't really watch Minecraft nowadays. I have other stuff to watch. But this movie was very good, I would say, with its cameos. Although it plays it a little bit differently from, say, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, where it was much more up in your face about it. This movie plays it a little bit more subtly. And I feel like there was a reference to Jeb, specifically in the dining scene with the principal and the villager, where you see him waiting at the tables. I recognize the cameo. I don't know if that's the correct cameo, but That was just one I saw. I think in terms of the cameos, one of the biggest critiques I have with it is a minor critique. Now, to be honest, I did watch the older generation of Minecraft, like the Minecrafters from Team Crafted. Now, they are very controversial figures, but I think two figures they could have at least could have done, Ant Venom and Captain Sparkles. Captain Sparkles because of the music he produced, and he's the least controversial figure. He's actually a very good Minecrafter. Another one I guess I would say is Sunday, but he's more interested in Fortnite. Ant Venom, yes, I know about the whole Soylent thing, but I don't really care too much about that. My greater point is having some of the older Minecrafters bridge the gap between the old and the new would have been very good. But I feel like having Diamond Minecart and Technoblade kind of helps seals the gap and make it a little less controversial because they are two non-controversial figures. The Diamond Minecart's only biggest controversy is calling out KSI for, well, his promotions, but that's neither here nor there anywhere. This movie's definitely meant for kids, or if you partake in substances, definitely that. I do not endorse that here. But the point is, I think this movie is definitely geared towards children. Now, when I watched this movie with my friends said, this is one of the few movies you have to turn your brain off to. And I don't really like that saying, because it implies that it dumbs you down a little. And that's not a critique on the movie, that's just more a critique on the saying. But this movie, I think, for what it is definitely pretty decent, very non-offensive. It's definitely meant for kids. Definitely very much a kid's movie. I personally didn't really enjoy it because, like I said, my tastes and stuff are a little bit different, and I felt like the movie is way too fast and could have slowed down a lot and would have been so much better for this film. But if I had to rate this, I would rate it a 6.5 out of 10. Now, 6.5 specifically because while it's not my cup of tea, it's definitely someone else's cup of tea. It met expectations. My biggest critique of the film, again, is some of the humor felt very juvenile. But again, this is a kid's movie. And I did like some of the original concepts that they had, like the Ender Dragon being the final bad guy that they had to defeat, much like how you would in the game. But that's not what we got, and I think for what it's worth, it's very non-offensive. Definitely a brain rot movie in some cases. It definitely feels a little bit like brain rotty, but that's because of the memes and stuff. I went in expecting this movie to be much worse than I thought it was, and while it was bad in certain aspects, it wasn't an outright terrible movie, but definitely not for me. But like I said, I give this a solid 6.5 out of 10. But what would you rate this movie out of 10? Now, if you love this movie, great. If you don't, you don't. I'm not going to force my opinion on you. I'm just expressing my opinion. And I want to wish everyone here have a beautiful day, and thank you very much for watching.
Get out.